Well, 2021 has certainly been fun so far. I'm going to use fun in the loosest sense of the word, but it's time to do a bit of an update to see what's been going on. So we're now coming towards the end of March in 2021. The first part of the year has mostly been held in lockdown, with the schools closed in the UK. So I'm not going to talk too much about that because I've covered that in other videos, but now things are starting to ease up here in the UK a little bit, which is fantastic. Both the children are back in school, which means that I can sort of get back to some better work. Things have slowed down a little bit. I've been reasonably productive throughout lockdown, probably more productive than I was in the first lockdown last year. So let's just quickly cover what I've been doing. So towards the beginning of lockdown, I signed another course with Pluralsight. Not a particularly difficult course to produce. It's about the importance of meeting policies and meeting policy document writing. So it's not a course that I suggested, it's something that's on their curriculum that they wanted built. So I picked that particular course. It's designed to be about an hour long, so it's not particularly long. And I was given 3 months, which is the standard contractual terms for completing a course. Now typically something that long and of that complexity I'd probably turn around in 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, a month at most. But with lockdown things were a little bit slower because we were homeschooling and trying to fit other things in, so it took me about 2 months. So I handed it in 24 days early, which is still pretty good. So that course is now out. I also produced a short course for Skillshare, which I did a few weeks ago, and that was on how to use the Mac application ScreenFlow to produce online content and online training. So it's kind of an instructional video, predominantly screencast. It was fairly quick to make. I kind of wrote and recorded and edited it in the space of a day. In the first lockdown of 2020, I actually paused the writing of my book, and that was very deliberate because I just didn't have the mental capacity to finish the book, and there was just so much left to do, I just couldn't face it. Things are very different this time, so I have continued with the book. I had some additional sections I wanted to add into each chapter, plus a few amendments to some of the other chapters in there, plus I had the front matter and the closing summary to write. So the idea was that I wanted to get all that written in January and then get it out to the editor in February. Didn't quite get it, well, I didn't get it all done in January. It took towards the end of February to get all that completed, just because things were a bit slower at home, but that's all done. So the book is now 100% completely finished writing, which is amazing. I've had a load of chapters back from my editor, which were the last 7 chapters of the book, so they've all been edited, so I'm just kind of incorporating any changes back into the manuscripts and just doing any tweaks there. And I've sent what is going to be the final batch of amendments back to my editor, so all those sections that I wrote in January and February, they've now gone off for editing. So hopefully get those back soon, and then at that point, we really are close. It's a case of doing a final copy, edit and proofreading pass. So I'll proofread the entire book myself, but also my editor will go through it and proofread it as a reader. So she'll just be looking for any spelling, grammar, and just any kind of silly mistakes that may have happened to sneak past us both, because they happen, so we'll try and catch any of those. At that point it's then typesetting, so I need to do the typesetting for the paperback version of the book and for the ebook, which will be on Kindle. I don't expect that will take very long, so I've been kind of keeping a working version of a PDF going whilst I've been writing the book. So there's a few little tweaks here and there that I need to do, a few bits I'm not happy with. But I don't expect that to take too long, so hopefully I can still get the book out in May. Probably closer towards the end of May, but that's what I'm aiming for. So really quite excited about that. It's been a long project, it's been a lot of hard work trying to get this book done. Certainly having a pandemic really doesn't help. But we're almost there. I can see the light at the end of that tunnel. One other thing I've also managed to do is, with the office that I rent in my hometown, I've managed to extend the rental slightly. So there was an office just next to the suite that I have, which was being rented out by a woman who runs a marketing agency. So she has since moved out because she is taking on a member of staff. And the room that she had here basically wasn't big enough for her, not to fit 2 people comfortably. So she's now moved out and I've taken on that lease, which means I have 3 interconnecting rooms. Now while this is great, it's this room that I've taken on is fairly small, but it's a perfect place to do recording. This is what I'm sitting in now to record. So I have the green screen at one end, I've got the camera tripod and a ring light permanently set up. I have some acoustic panels attached to the walls to try and tidy up the sound. And this is now going to be my permanent recording setup, so for doing these videos, and also any video content for the online workshop for Path to Freedom. So that will all be done within this room, which is really quite cool. I'm really excited about it. It's good to have a permanent setup, because before I was having to set the camera and all the lights up, record it, and then kind of tear it all down again at the end, which was a bit of a pain, but I don't have to do that now. It's a permanent video and YouTube room. So work that I've got coming up that I want to work on. So the first one is I want to record another little Skillshare course. It's going to be a course on producing YouTube videos using Final Cut Pro on the Mac. So what I'm going to do, and it's probably going to be this video actually that I'm producing for YouTube, I'm going to, as I go through and do the editing process to put the video together, I'm going to actually record all of that as a course, which I think will be quite good fun, nice little distraction, which will be fantastic. So that course will talk about, how to set up and configure Final Cut Pro, how to sort out all the green screen and do any masking, noise reduction on the audio, putting a decent background image in, incorporating B-roll footage, adding the soundtrack, the titles, all that sort of stuff. So that'll be a course that'll be probably about an hour long, which will go directly onto Skillshare. And I really enjoy doing those. They're nice little small self-contained projects that you can just work on every now and again. The other thing I'm working on at the minute is I'm partway through building the slides for another Skillshare course on public speaking. That'll be a bit of a longer course. It'll be about an hour, hour and a half, maybe hour and 40 minutes long, which will be a fairly sort of good deep dive into the art of public speaking, how to prepare yourself for it, how to prepare slides, how to conduct yourself on stage, and most importantly, how to get over the fear and the anxiety of public speaking, which is something that affects everyone. Now, the course isn't just aimed at people who want to go on stage at conferences. It's kind of aimed at anyone that has to do a presentation in front of people. So that includes quite a lot of people who have to do corporate presentations in the office and maybe online as well. So this course will be a good tool to help those people out. But apart from that, I'm not signed up to another Pluralsight course just yet. I will be looking soon, but I'm probably going to wait 2 to 4 weeks before I sign up anything new, just because I want to get his Skillshare courses done and I want to get preparation done for the book, which is coming real soon. So that's going to be my main focus for the next few months. So with that, I'm sorry it's been a while since the last update. I've just been busy, with lockdown and homeschooling and everything else. Hopefully we can get a good frequency of regular videos going again, so I'll speak to you soon.